UFC Mexico. This is the weigh-in recap, guys. We got all of the full card predictions. We will be breaking down our last-minute final predictions of UFC Mexico City's card. Fight night: Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. We got a battle of Brandons in the main event. I'm gonna be breaking down each and every single one of these fights, guys. Starting off with the first fight: Eric Silva versus Muhammad Naimov. You guys look at Eric Silva, guys, and he's a guy who's coming off of he's coming off of a little bit of adversity, but I feel like he's never faced somebody like Muhammad Naimov. Muhammad Naimov is a beast. He started off as a minus 400 earlier this week, and now he's a minus like 670. Honestly, if you guys are looking for like a easy parlay piece or an easy two leg, you can put in over 1.5 on this fight. But Muhammad Naimov, I'm gonna be tailing him. But you guys have to just be careful when you're betting with these odds. These odds are massive, and normally I don't touch plus when it's a minus 670. I don't touch that, but it's rightfully so. We're gonna see tomorrow. We look at them face off. Muhammad Naimov is he's a little bit taller. I feel like he's gonna be able to get this fight to the ground, and he's gonna be able to submit him. I think he finishes him, or not, or he knocks him out. He finishes him in probably round two. I'm gonna go. Let's go, Muhammad Naimov. All right. I wrote this down, guys. Next fight on the card, guys, just so we avoid copyright 256. 256. All right. It's Victor Altamoriano versus Felipe dos Santos Souza. You guys look at Victor Altamoriano. He's the hometown guy. Mexico's going to be cheering for him. Versus Felipe dos Santos Souza. I think I'm going to be tailing. I'm not making any pick flips for this fight. It's Felipe dos Santos de Souza all day, bro. All day. I'm going with him because he's a shoot the box fighter, and he reminds me of a mini Charles Oliveira. If you guys are looking for like a little tail piece, go over 2.5. I don't think he's gonna be able to finish Victor Altamoriano, and I put over 2.5. We'll see how this goes. It's plus 300 for like a knockout on Felipe dos Santos, and that's more likely to happen if it is gonna finish. He's more likely gonna finish, but this is gonna be a good scrap, and I'm going Felipe dos Santos Souza by decision. Let's go. Up the card, we got what time? 4:23, 4:23, 4:23. You gotta remember this just to avoid copyright, guys. Sorry for the muted. So it's Ronaldo Rodriguez versus. Hang on. I think it's Let's go. I forgot who his opponent was. I'm not gonna. Oh, Dennis Bondar. Dennis Bondar. How could I forget about that? It's Dennis Bondar, guys. If you guys know, this is gonna be a great scrap. Dennis Bondar. Last time he got knocked out brutally. They called it a no contest, but he got flatlined. I'm gonna be. This is like a 50% Dennis Bondar, like 50% his opponent, just because we don't know where his opponent's at. But I'm gonna be tailing Dennis Bondar. I just feel like he's gonna be able to just ease by a decision, maybe split decision. But don't tail me on this one, guys. I'm going Dennis Bondar at I believe he's let me see the odds right now. He's a minus 105, and his opponent is a minus 130. So clearly the favorite is the hometown Mexican. But I'm going Dennis Bondar by split decision. But don't be surprised if he pulls it off, guys. Up the card, we got Claudio Puelles versus Faris Ziam. Let me just 538. Let's go. We got an ad. Of course we got an ad. UFC 5. If any of you guys want to fight me in UFC 5, comment down below. I'll probably get my ass whooped, but it's a pretty good game. I didn't know I was going to be sponsoring UFC 5 in this ad. Okay, let's go. Next. Claudio Puelles versus Faris Ziam. Guys, Faris Ziam, he's a guy who he's a striker. He's a guy who can ease by decision, but we look at this guy, he's a submission BJJ specialist. He's basically a butt scooter. He's a professional butt scooter. He scoots his butt across the mat and looks for a knee bar. Puelles is just inconsistent. I know I made a in my prediction video, I said that I was going to be going Claudio Puelles by decision, but this is an official pick flip. I'm going Faris Ziam by decision, but he could be able to knock him out, but I don't think so. I'm going by decision. And up the card, we got Jesus Santos Argular. Hang on. versus Mateus Mendoza. Guys, we got a lot of people from Shoot the Box coming from here. It's 6:52. The reason I'm looking down a lot is just because I have the timestamps. This is a rematch. This bout has been rescheduled so many times. If you guys know, he even missed weight. Like this, he's a flyweight and he weighed in at 131. Like this fight is cursed. I think this fight is cursed. And you can never. I don't know. I didn't put any money on this fight because you can't trust these guys. What's this guy? He's fighting for his UFC contract. Basically, he has never won in the UFC. Let me see. Yeah, he's never won in the UFC, guys. I said that this is Edgar Chavez. This is Edgar Chavez versus what's his name? Hang on, just to rewind. I know, guys. Daniel Lacerda. He's never won in the UFC, guys. Daniel Lacerda has never won in the UFC. I know he's from Shoot the Box, but he's inconsistent. Obviously, just because you're from Shoot the Box doesn't mean you're gonna win the fight. But we have a lot of prospects from Shoot the Box. But I'm going Edgar Chavez, and I'm going by late finish. I'm going probably by like. Nah, I'm going first round submission. I think he submits him again in a guillotine. He got him in that guillotine, and the ref saved him last time. If the ref is smart this time, just let it pass. Cause he said that he didn't tap, but we all know he would have been tapped if the ref didn't step in and let Edgar Chavez release the guillotine. So there's a rematch, rightfully so. Edgar Chavez to finish this rematch and finish him once and for all. Sorry that I said this was Jesus Aguilar. I got the fight mixed up. I thought that this was I got the cards the two fights mixed up. Sorry about that. All right. Now this is Jesus Aguilar versus Mateus Mendoza. Here we go. All right, 8-12. Weigh-in recap, guys. Every Friday I do this. You guys watch them. Jesus Aguilar is the underdog. Mateus Mendoza is the guy who was pulling for like a heel hook, and he didn't let go of the heel hook, and then he got pounded out in round one. He got finished. He had blue hair earlier this week. Now it's black. I guess it's like an alter ego. We look at these guys. There's a massive discrepancy in like height. You know, when I was breaking down this fight on the in the full card predictions, it said that these guys were like less than 2 inches apart. Now look at this. This looks like 4 inches, like a 4-inch height advantage on Mateus Mendoza. But if you guys know Jesus Aguilar, he's a very good, solid guy. You can never. He's not somebody that's just going to throw away the fight like Mateus Mendoza looking for a heel hook. He's more complete fighter, but I just think that Mateus Mendoza is going to be a little bit longer on the outside, and I think he's going to get the job done. It's probably by decision, though. But Mateus Mendoza is somebody that you cannot trust. I do not trust this guy, but if you guys want to tail him, you guys can. But Jesus Aguilar is a great underdog. He's probably one of the best underdogs within the past 4 fights that I just called. All right. Next fight, Christian Quiones versus Ronnie Barcelos. We look at that. It's at 9:32. This card is stacked, man. I think this card is absolutely stacked. Christian Quiones, tattoos crazy tatted up. All these Mexicans are tatted up like crazy. You see these guys face off, man. These guys are willing to scrap. These guys are ready. You look at Ronnie Barcelos. He looks old already. You know, he's 35, 36, I believe. And you know, with this stat, like, you know, sometimes they don't end up finishing their careers on a good note. But I think Ronnie Barcelos is going to end up getting the decision. I don't think he finishes him. I just feel like his opponent is inconsistent, and he lacks the ability of finishing and the ability of power. And if you're a guy who's going to beat Ronnie Barcelos, you got to finish him. Because he can he can pass by with a decision win. And I'm going Ronnie Barcelos by decision. 29-28. All right. Up the card, Manuel Torres versus Chris Duncan. Guys, this fight is awesome, guys. This fight's going to be absolute banger. I feel like somebody's going to get knocked out in this fight. 10:58. We look at Manuel Torres, man. The Mexico home crowd was cheering like crazy. He has a chain of a fist. He's ready to fight. Chris Duncan, face paint. It reminds me of Paul Craig when he was, or like Kamaru Usman when he fought Colby the first time. This is gonna be an awesome fight. We look at these guys; they don't have that much discrepancy in height, but their bodies are a lot different, and I think that plays a factor into this fight. A lot of people are saying Manuel Torres by knockout, but Chris Duncan is one of the most trickiest and the smartest opponent that Manuel Torres has ever fought. I looked at all of Manuel Torres' fights. Chris Duncan is the highest caliber of opponent that for Manuel Torres. But I'm gonna go Manuel Torres. I know Chris Duncan. A lot of people are fading him as an underdog, but I'm going Manuel Torres, man, and I'm gonna go by probably third round KO. I expect a lot of finishes on this card. It's Mexico City. A lot of people from the hometown want to perform, and they want to outperform their. They want to make it a good night for Mexico. That's what I was gonna say. 11-13. So now we got 12-24. 12-24. The women. The women. The women. All right. This girl got knocked out in the first round, her last fight. You know they had to give her a tomato can just for her to bounce back because she clearly was a prospect at one point and she got knocked out. So now they're just giving her cans in order to win. Sam Hughes is not nobody to. She's a plus 480, and Yasmin is a minus 1,000. I don't think Yasmin is even deserving of a minus 1,000. She's a bigger favorite than Muhammad Naimov, and Muhammad Naimov is way better than Yasmin. But I guess it's more to the fact of Sam Hughes, like who Sam Hughes really is, and she's not really that good. I'm gonna go Yasmin, guys. Yasmin decision 29-28. I wouldn't be surprised if she finishes her though. Sam Hughes is a wrestler, but she might not be able to take this fight to the ground. Next fight, guys. Raul Rosas Jr. I love that guy, man. Versus Ricky Turcios. Pause. 12. It's 13:39. We look at Raul Rosas Jr. weigh in. The UFC really wants to make this guy a prospect. You can tell just looking at he lost by decision to somebody, and then they gave him another can, and then he won, and now they're giving him Ricky Turcios. This is two Mexicans gonna battle it out, and you guys know, guys, Raul Rosas Jr. Guys, come on, do I even have to break this fight down? Come on, Raul Rosas Jr. first round submission. Let's go. I don't even have to break this card down. Ricky Turcios, you suck. All right, next fight. watch Ricky Turcios win. Okay, next fight, Daniel Zellhuber versus Francisco Prado. This fight is amazing, bro. We look at the odds. Daniel Zellhuber is a minus 310. Francisco Prado is a plus 215. The only thing about Daniel Zellhuber is he's a striker, but he's too long, in my opinion. I feel like he's going to get caught. But not in this fight. He's not going to get caught in this fight, but eventually, he leaves his chin up in the air a lot. 15-10, that's where it was. Alright, we got a lot of Mexicans fighting on this card. Obviously, it's Mexico City. Almost every single person on this card is Mexican. And I believe it's going to be a great night for these Mexicans, man. We look at this, guys. Look at the height discrepancy, but Prado is somebody that you can't underestimate. But I think Daniel Zellhuber knocks him out. I think he finishes him. I'm going third round TKO. Let's go. Don't bet on... I mean, you could bet on that fight, but bet the over 1.5. You can never go wrong with over 1.5. Up the card. The next fight, Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega. My most anticipated fight of this whole entire card. I'm gonna be waiting for this fight. This is the fight that I'm most looking forward to, and I can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be a complete scrap. These guys are in phenomenal shape. This is like the first time Brian Ortega has hit the scales in like 2 years. He's representing Mexico. Viva Mexico! Everybody's going crazy. I liked what he did with Brian Ortega, where he grabbed him and then he put the flag over him. It was kind of cool. If you guys saw the first fight, Brian Ortega was able to actually take down Yair pretty fast. Um, and this is at elevation, guys. We have to keep in mind. I didn't say this throughout the whole video, but this is at elevation, and this is 7,400 feet in the air. If you look at these two, who has a better cardio? Obviously, Yair's been training out and acclimated, but Brian Ortega has better cardio. But Brian Ortega came to Mexico City a little late, and that's what I'm banking on. And I think Yair. But we do know that Brian T. City Ortega comes back. Whenever he comes back from a long layoff, he always comes back very good. But I'm going Yair Rodriguez just because Yair is a little bit more consistent. I did a breakdown this Thursday or Wednesday, I believe it was. It's like explaining the Josh Emmett fight, and the only thing where Yair has issues is if he gasses. If he gasses in his takedown defense. But I think Yair can get back up. But don't be surprised if T City gets like a round 4 or 5 sub. My official prediction, I'm making a pick flip. I chose T City earlier this week. I'm going Yair Rodriguez. And I'm going by finish. I think he finishes him. But I don't know. I'm just gonna be watching this fight for fun. But for now, we're going Yair Rodriguez and we're going by 3rd round KO. Main event, guys. The Brandons. The Brandons get it on. We have a lot of flyweight fights on this card. Royval looks huge, but Brandon Moreno, the king of rematches. Who's the king of rematches? Brandon Moreno is the king of rematches. And Royval lost to Pantoja in the rematch. And he might lose to Brandon Moreno in the rematch too. So that's 2 people we lost rematches to. I'm going Brandon Moreno 3rd round submission. I think Brandon subs him in the 3rd round. And the only reason is because Pantoja was tired, bro. Royval had more cardio than Pantoja in round 4 and 5. And Pantoja was still able to take him down. Like sometimes it doesn't matter if Royval has a little bit more cardio. It just matters on like who has more finishing ability. And if we look at these guys, Brandon Moreno is absolutely amazing, bro. Look at him fight. Look at him fight Davison Figueroa. He fought him 4 times. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls for a quadrilogy against Pantoja again, guys. Brandon Moreno 3rd round submission. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes by decision, guys. The over 1.5, over 2.5 are great odds. But if you guys are thinking and betting on a finish, don't be surprised. Like the under 4.5, I believe it's plus money. But just to be on the safer side, I go over 1.5. It's always safe like that. Guys, that is the full card recap. If you guys enjoyed this video, comment your most anticipated fight of this Saturday. We will be enjoying the fights all day tomorrow. Enjoy the fights, guys. Relax on Saturday. And have a great rest of your day, guys. The best is blessed, baby. Let's go. Drop a fucking like and subscribe.